Welcome to another travel edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Springhill Suites Marriott, Moab. Just across the street. You don't have a bad view anywhere here. We're gonna go inside and have Karen show you the room. So here we are at 340.
Come on in. We are at the Springhill Suites in Moab, Utah. It's a Marriott property. And I want to start with, if you are traveling with a family, we've stayed at all of the Marriott hotels here, as well as the Hyatts. This is the place to stay if you're traveling with your family to Moab, which I highly recommend because there's so much to do. And let me tell you why. This is the bottom of the tier, the smallest room. Some of the rooms actually have a kitchen. So right next door, you could travel with your family and have a kitchen, and they have bunk beds. It's super cool.
Yeah, so what do we have here?
But here, this is even great. So there's a microwave, and then there's a really nice size, it's a mini fridge, but it's kind of, bigger than the regular.
Yeah.
And I love those Danby fridges. But this, oh my gosh, how fun. The girls would have loved this. This pulls out, and there's a trundle bed.
Oh, that's cool.
So two kids could sleep there.
And honey, before you go, I just want to point this out. I think this artwork is awesome. So that's the
beautiful.
arch, and it goes around the corner, which is really cool.
Love that.
Yeah,
Love
really
that.
cool.
And then there's a great desk for working, which is always nice for us because we travel. I don't want to get my water bottle. Okay, so Jeffrey, check out the view.
I'm just
real
gonna,
quickly.
yeah, and I've already done.
How
We'll do it.
outstanding
We'll
is
do a
that?
bigger. I've got some pictures
That's what
outside
we
of
got
you,
to
but
wake up to, which was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
yeah.
So let's go through our, and again, we haven't stayed at many Springhill Suites. These are the lower categories. I put them in line with the Residence Inn, a Hyatt Place, Courtyard. And this is actually attached, Jeffrey, is it attached to a Courtyard or a?
I'm not sure. Fairfield Inn or whatever. You can see it online.
Fairfield Inn.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Fairfield Inn and the Springhill Suites are attached. Both are pet friendly, as is the Element, also a Marriott property down the street. And I'd have to say they're all fantastic. But again, if you're traveling with a family or even just the two of us, we loved it. So for cleanliness, I'm giving it a 4.8. I'd give it a 5, but I'm super picky. And there was, the mirror didn't look like it was perfectly cleaned all the way to the bottom. So that's how picky I am on cleanliness. So 4.8 is really great. Standard bathroom, which I really appreciated this bathroom because it had space on both sides of the sink for both my stuff and Jeffrey's, since we didn't have two sinks. Plenty of space for us for the one night stop. And again, I want to let you know we have spent the night in here. So, and the shower was awesome. Jeffrey, wasn't that shower head nice?
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
It was really
Pressure
nice.
was awesome.
Pressure was great. The quality of the bed. It's a Springhill Suites. I was a little bit, skeptical. This is, Jeffrey, would you agree? Was this the best bed that we've had in a hotel yet?
Well, we had some margaritas last night, so that might help. But yes, I think it was a great bed. I wouldn't call it the best bed, but I slept very, very good. I'd give it a 5 myself, or at least 4.5.
Oh wow, I'm giving it a 5+. But just to reiterate, I did have 2 beautiful frozen margaritas. If you come to Moab, go to Miguel's for the margaritas. They are amazing. And it's not out of a machine. They blend them fresh, which I really love. Jeffrey had his on the rocks, which is the way that he likes it.
With blue salt around the rim. I still have to figure out what that blue salt is.
We'll look it up, or if anybody knows, let us know. The pillows were great. They were squishy the way that I like them. So as far as quiet, I didn't hear a peep. And although we have this gorgeous view, the parking lot goes around the entire building. So I thought, oh gosh, maybe we'd hear some cars. I heard nothing from the window and nothing from the door. So I give it a 5 on, quietness and
great night's sleep. So that you've got cleanliness, you've got the bed, and location. This is just as you enter Moab. These are the first 2 hotels you see on the right. But location's great, right?
The location is great. You can drive anywhere that you want to go into Main Street, less than 2 minutes away. There are a couple of hotels that are right in town on Main Street if you feel the need to be able to park and walk everywhere. This is, I think we looked at it, it was just under 2 miles from Main Street.
Yeah.
So
it's a good long walk. We like to get our miles in, but that's a little bit a round trip. So if you're just going out to dinner, but it's well worth it, and I think this is a great spot.
Excellent. 5 for location. And then I'm going to, the only thing I want to say about this hotel, because it's not that old, and there's a lot of hiking. People come to Moab for the outdoor activities, and once you're outside, your shoes get covered in this red clay. And I would think that they would have put, floors instead of carpet throughout, which is what they did at the brand new Element, which is a little bit newer and also a Marriott property of the same tier. So I bet that when they renovate here, which they don't need to do yet, but they will because they get a lot of traffic, that they'll put wood floors in. But I love the layout of this place.
Oh, it's great.
I think it was a perfect place for us to spend the day.
So I'm going to finalize with my coffee review.
Yes.
I give them a 4.5, and it was there waiting nice and hot when I went down there early this morning. As you guys know, I head down there at 5 or sometimes before, and the coffee was steaming ready for me. So it was great, and the coffee was good. It's a rainforest blend here. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it, and I'm just curious why you gave it a 4.5 over a 5.
Well, I like to leave some room for perfection.
Okay, so it was basically, Jeffrey, is really adamant about when you check in to a place that they have coffee available to you for free, as opposed to having a barista. And I know it's always in the room, but that coffee maker in the room doesn't really hit the mark for us on cleanliness all the time. And I'm thinking you're dinging it because of the quality of the coffee. It wasn't,
Oh, exactly. No. The service was absolutely perfect.
Yes.
And
staff.
I have no complaints here. Yeah, and the staff's been wonderful. So checking in, they were incredible, and she had a special room for us, where this room was set up for us, and it wasn't ready when we first came by because we got here early.
Right.
And we'll be doing the same in Sedona on our way there, which reminds me, I'm going to give a shout out too, because we're heading to our favorite vegan place, the Love Muffin, on the way out of town. That's another
in
spot.
Moab,
Yeah.
yes, but make sure you get there early, and I believe they close at 1 o'clock, but they sell out of almost everything pretty early. So the Love Muffin, and it's only open during the season, so it's a great spot, whether you're vegan or not. And I do want to shout out, because to the staff here, I'm giving them a 5+ out of 5. Again, I'm not talking about our ambassador status to brag. I'm talking about it for those who follow that trend and want to know, what kind of benefits you might get if you have some Marriott status. We booked the least expensive room, which I think was, I don't remember. It was a ground floor. It specifically said ground floor room, which would be right by the parking lot. They upgraded us to this 3rd floor with that magnificent view, which was really beautiful. In addition, waiting for us was a lovely note from the general manager of the hotel, and then a second note from the staff with 2 bags with water bottles, because you really need to hydrate when you're here. It's super warm and dry. I think it hit 93 yesterday, and some snacks and treats. Yeah. And you don't really expect that at a lower level hotel. So that was a really spectacular gesture. Will we come back here? 100%. We would. Love this place.
We'll be back here probably in 2 weeks.
Yes, exactly. When we come back through. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from Moab, Utah.
I'm going to take one more look at this view, away from the gorgeous view of my wife, and look at this beautiful view. This is really not to be missed. And right next door they have this Canyonlands boat tour. They've been operating since the 1960s, and they go down the river at night. There's a night cruise, and they have a boat that shoots that goes down along the road, and a truck that goes down the road and does a light show on the rocks, they were telling us. So that's something to check out too if you're here with your family. This is pretty much across the street from the hotel. Great walking bridge here off the path. You can go out and take a run or a walk. That's the bridge over there going into Moab. But how cool is this? 365-degree views of gorgeousness. This is right out behind the hotel here. Very peaceful, serene. Lazy river just cutting through Moab. It's gorgeous. And there's my beautiful wife.